Welcome to the heart of the kitchen, where we're about to embark on a culinary recipe through the vibrant flavors of the American South. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Creole cuisine with a classic dish that's as rich in history as it is in flavor, jambalaya. But before we get started, let's talk about the essence of jambalaya. It's a dish that celebrates the diverse culinary heritage of Louisiana, blending French, Spanish, African, and Native American influences into one delicious pot. And while there may be countless variations of jambalaya, each with its own unique twist, there are a few key principles that hold true across them all: quality ingredients, bold flavors, and a whole lot of love. So get ready to tantalize your taste buds and discover the true soul of Southern cooking. It's time to unleash your inner chef and let the magic begin. All right, let's break down the ingredients for our delicious jambalaya. First up, we've got andouille sausage, a staple in Cajun cooking, known for its smoky flavor and spicy kick. Next, we've got chicken thighs, which add a nice protein boost and soak up all those flavorful spices. And of course, we can't forget about the shrimp, which bring a lovely sweetness to the dish and cook up beautifully in no time. Now onto the veggies. We've got a classic trio: onions, bell peppers, and celery, also known as the Holy Trinity in Cajun cuisine. They add depth and aroma to our jambalaya. Then we've got garlic, because, well, what's a good dish without garlic, right? To tie everything together, we've got diced tomatoes, providing a tangy sweetness that balances out the spices. And let's not forget about our aromatic spices: Cajun seasoning, dried thyme, and oregano, adding layers of flavor to every bite. Finally, our base: long grain white rice and chicken broth. They come together to create that comforting, hearty texture we love in jambalaya. And there you have it. With these ingredients, we're ready to cook up a mouth-watering jambalaya that's sure to impress. Let's get cooking. Now that we've got all our ingredients laid out, it's time to prep them for the pot. First, grab your andouille sausage and a sharp knife. Slice it up into bite-sized pieces. You want those delicious chunks to be evenly distributed throughout the jambalaya. Next, let's tackle the chicken. Whether you're using thighs or breasts, dice them up into small pieces. This ensures they cook quickly and evenly. Moving on to the shrimp. Grab each one and peel off the shell, then devein by making a shallow cut along the back and removing the dark vein. Now for the veggies. Chop up the onion, bell pepper, celery, and garlic. Aim for uniform pieces so they cook evenly and distribute their flavors throughout the dish. Now it's time to infuse our jambalaya with some serious flavor. Heat up a drizzle of olive oil in a large pot or Dutch oven over medium-high heat. Once the oil is shimmering, it's showtime for our andouille sausage. Drop those slices into the pot and let them sizzle away. Cook them until they're beautifully browned, about 5 minutes. That's when they'll really start releasing those mouth-watering aromas. Next up, in goes our diced chicken. Spread it out in an even layer, allowing each piece to make contact with the hot surface. Let it cook undisturbed until it's golden brown on all sides, about another 5 minutes. This step is crucial for building those rich, caramelized flavors. Once both the sausage and chicken are beautifully browned, remove them from the pot and set them aside. They'll be making a triumphant return later on. Now that our pot is infused with all that savory goodness from the sausage and chicken, it's time to introduce our aromatic vegetables. In go the chopped onion, bell pepper, celery, and minced garlic. This colorful medley is going to add depth and flavor to our jambalaya. Give them a good stir to coat them in all those delicious juices. We want them to soften and release their natural sweetness. Let them saute away until they're beautifully softened, about 5 minutes. This is when their flavors really start to meld together, creating that signature jambalaya taste. Keep an eye on them and give them an occasional stir to prevent them from sticking to the bottom of the pot. With our vegetables sautéed to perfection, it's time to add some serious flavor bombs to the mix. First up, our canned diced tomatoes, along with all those delicious juices. Let those tomatoes mingle with the veggies, adding a rich, tangy sweetness to the mix. Now it's time to kick things up a notch with our arsenal of spices. We've got Cajun seasoning, packed with a punch of heat and flavor. Next, we sprinkle in some dried thyme and oregano, adding layers of earthy aroma to our jambalaya. And of course, we can't forget about the salt and pepper. Just a pinch of each to season everything to perfection. Give it all a good stir, making sure those spices are evenly distributed throughout the pot. Now that our flavor base is all set, it's time to introduce the star of the show, our long-grain white rice. Add the rice to the pot and make sure to give it a good stir. We want each grain to be coated with all those delicious flavors from our vegetable and spice mixture. Next, it's time to add our liquid gold, chicken broth. Pour it into the pot, covering the rice and vegetables completely. Now crank up the heat and bring the mixture to a boil. This is where the rice will start to absorb all those savory flavors, creating a rich and hearty base for our jambalaya. Keep an eye on the pot and give it a stir occasionally to prevent the rice from sticking to the bottom. Now that our jambalaya mixture has reached a hearty boil, it's time to dial things back and let those flavors meld together. Reduce the heat to low and cover the pot tightly. This creates the perfect environment for our jambalaya to simmer away and work its magic. Let it simmer gently for about 20 to 25 minutes. This gives the rice plenty of time to soak up all those delicious flavors and become perfectly tender. Keep an eye on it and resist the temptation to lift the lid too often. We want to trap all that steam and flavor inside the pot. After about 20 minutes, give it a quick check. The rice should be cooked and most of the liquid should be absorbed, leaving us with a rich and flavorful jambalaya. With our rice cooked to perfection, it's time to bring back the stars of the show, our andouille sausage and chicken. Add them back into the pot, gently nestling them into the flavorful rice mixture. This is where all those savory flavors come together in perfect harmony. Next up, it's time to add our succulent shrimp to the party. Gently fold them into the jambalaya, making sure they're evenly distributed throughout the pot. Once the shrimp are nestled in, cover the pot again and let everything simmer for an additional 5 to 7 minutes. This gives the shrimp just enough time to cook through and turn beautifully pink, while still remaining tender and juicy. Keep an eye on the pot and resist the temptation to peek too often. We want to trap all those delicious aromas and flavors inside. With our jambalaya simmered to perfection, it's time to take it off the heat and get ready to serve up a taste of Louisiana right in your kitchen. Carefully remove the pot from the heat and let those tantalizing aromas fill the air. But wait, we're not quite done yet. Before we dig in, let's add a final touch of freshness and color. Garnish our jambalaya with a generous sprinkle of freshly chopped parsley. Not only does it add a pop of vibrant green, but it also brings a burst of fresh flavor to every bite. And there you have it. Our jambalaya is now ready to be served and enjoyed with friends and family. So grab a plate, dish up a hearty portion, and savor the irresistible flavors of this classic Creole dish. From our kitchen to yours, bon appetit! Before you embark on your jambalaya cooking, here are some handy tips to ensure your dish turns out absolutely spectacular. Use quality ingredients. The key to a mouth-watering jambalaya? Top-notch ingredients. Opt for fresh shrimp, high-quality sausage, and chicken. Your taste buds will thank you. Adjust spice level. Cajun seasoning brings the heat, but don't be afraid to customize it to your liking. Add more for an extra kick, or dial it back if you prefer a milder flavor. And if you're a spice enthusiast, don't hesitate to sprinkle in some hot sauce for an added punch. Don't overcook seafood. Shrimp are delicate creatures and can quickly go from tender to tough if overcooked. To keep them juicy and succulent, add them towards the end of the cooking process and simmer just until they turn pink. Let it rest. Patience is a virtue, especially when it comes to jambalaya. Allow your masterpiece to rest for a few minutes after cooking. This gives the flavors a chance to mingle and intensify, resulting in a more harmonious dish. Customize. Make your jambalaya uniquely yours by adding your favorite ingredients. Whether it's diced tomatoes, okra, or even crawfish tails, don't hesitate to get creative and put your own twist on this classic dish. Enjoy your homemade jambalaya.